And Surge has been grinding.
They've been grinding a ton. They've been scrimmaging, practicing, playing community tournaments, coming into the Shadowverse Open consistently, time after time after time. And JaZe is about to make all of that pay off. It all rights. He's been playing fantastically all tournament long. When it comes down to this, let's see what happens. JaZe might be making a name for himself, joining Noah in the ranks of people who are going to move on to the final 16.
And Lest is going to be starting off with his Dragoncraft deck, knowing that JaZe was probably going to start with his best deck as well.
Every single time. Three times yeah, we saw the Dragon. I'm pretty sure every single time on broadcast for the Mulligan, Lest has had Imperial Dragoon in the Mulligan, thrown it away, and then won the match anyways.
If you're watching, go back and look at those matches and let us know.
Let us know. At WatchNGE. Oh,
shameless plug.
Shameless plug. He's got Zeus in hand. That's going to be dead for a few turns.
More than a few. Probably 10. Probably 10 turns. Well, it could be less than 10 turns if he ramps.
Yeah, if he ramps.
He does have Dragon Oracle.
He just needs to get on the cycle and work out a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
Pump up.
What are you hiding inside?
Hey, it's a Catacomb that gets played without just him sitting down for lunch alone.
Yeah, probably like one of the first we've seen all day. It's not the first we've seen. Plenty of Catacombs played today, getting great effect just like this one. And look at this, an Orthrus play. A really great Orthrus. Oh, is it going to hit the Goblin Mage? Is it going to hit it? Oh! Yet again, we see Orthrus. Absolutely stellar.
Orthrus probably jumped off a building, rotated a minimum of 360 degrees or more, and then released his her projectile and smacked the opponent in the face.
And curved it as well,
yeah,
so it went around the building again. Yeah.
It's the most amazing display of skill.
And I like the choice to evolve the Rahab here, but if JaZe had a Lurching Corpse in his deck, I don't think he's running that card. It's absolutely like beautiful counter to massive war followers like this. We've seen here at the NGE Shadowverse Open, Lurching Corpses trading into Goblin Mount Demons and even Zeus as well.
Now, if Orthrus comes down and buffs the Skull Beast, I am going to... Oh my god! Oh god!
Okay, he could still evolve the Orthrus, trade the Catacomb in as well, and that's another 5 face damage less. His Dragoncraft deck is going to be taking a massive hit here.
Yeah. Absolutely. And for every single game that we've seen so far, Lest has really kind of been on the kind of upper hand.
But now we see Lest is on the back foot in this game.
His pace is kind of slowed down a lot.
Yeah, JaZe definitely weighing his options and does not want to... Definitely wants to make the most optimal play here.
He's got to spawn skeletons off of it. Skeleton.
A skeleton, yes. But the Skull Beast still has the last words. Summon a skeleton as well. JaZe was weighing the benefit of trading an Evolve Board here on this turn.
I think he wanted to maximize the amount of shadows he got. Make sure that the Skull Beast was the one trading him with the last word effect as opposed to the Orthrus. And that little optimization could make all the difference.
Yeah.
It could mean nothing,
there.
but it could make all the difference as well. It's a solid turn from JaZe, but he's played out a lot of the options in his hand.
Yeah, and Lest is sitting at a lot of his options as well. This match could turn around really quickly.
He's got an Oracle.
My destination.
And this is dangerous because he's not going to be able to clear out a ton of the cards here on the side of JaZe, meaning that the Shadow Reaper is going to be coming down, and it's going to have a lot of followers to really build off of, and the Skull Beast as well.
Yeah, and ramping there, I mean, yeah, like you really want to ramp up as much as you can, but he doesn't even have a good 7-drop in his hand. He could draw into it, and he does have Draconic Fervor. He's going to be able to heal next turn as well, but he could have healed and ramped that turn as well, but he really wanted to get that massive Skull Beast off of the field for JaZe.
Here we go. Just, I mean, he's got 5 damage potentially here and already only 9 health for Lest.
And with the Immortal Thane in the hand for JaZe, those whites could be doing tons of damage, just the right amount of damage needed for JaZe. If Lest isn't able to clear off the whole board, and those whites are going to be able to do a lot of damage when the other followers are cleared off the board.
I think it's over.
Yeah, I think it is. The healing there was great, but it's going to be a lot of damage on the board for JaZe.
Yeah, he's really going to leave it up to chance. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, jump into the wind.
And it's not really going to give him more damage to throw in his 1 damage guys because it's just a 1-to-1 trade.
Right.
So he's still going to do 5 damage here. 1 turn left for Lest.
In that 1 turn, he wasn't able to ramp up fast enough. He's only going to be on turn 9. He's not going to be able to summon Bahamut. He's not going to be able to get Zeus on the field either.
And he doesn't have Evolve Orbs to really give something like an Israfil drop the added benefit of healing and clearing.
Right. We'll see what the final turn is for here. He's going to summon the Immortal Thane just to get one of the whites on his side of the field.
What a situation. I think this is pretty much checkmate.
Greetings.
And that's it. He got his Imperial Dragoon. And that's not going to be the card he wants to see. He's going to play it.
He's going to play it, but it's going to summon the White King in the hand of JaZe, and clear the board and gets rid of his entire hand as well.
I mean, it's just a matter of time.
But that card did save him. Save him 1 more turn, but I think you're right. This game is, it's going to come down to a matter of time unless Lest is able to draw a really great card this turn. Bahamut, Zeus even would be great. Rahab. It's going to be able to get a lot of attack damage.
It doesn't matter just because Grimnir will pierce through all the damage, right? So really, Lest needs to find some significant method of healing, and even then, the Bane into the Rahab and then the killing blow,
and even the Grimnir on the side of the field.
It's just so much pressure that he has.
Yep, next turn the enhanced Grimnir going to be coming out. Yeah, without an Evolve point, he's not going to be able to heal up.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to kill off the Ouroboros. There it is. Actually came really close. A fantastic play on the Imperial Dragoon, but you throw away all your options. Right? And that's kind of the big issue and why you want to use that card as a finisher. So you drop every single card in your hand.
Yeah, if Lest was able to put on enough pressure, that Imperial Dragoon could have won him the game because he brought JaZe down to 6 health there at the end of the game.
Yeah, the combination of Rahab being able to buff up was actually pretty good synergy with the Imperial Dragoon, but it's just too little too late, right? Once he got pushed down to that health level that was below what Grimnir could reach, it's just so tough to get out of that option. The good thing here for Les is that he has another chance, right? He could either play his Dragoncraft deck again, or he could go to Shadowcraft and try to match JaZe's Swordcraft deck there. So, in many ways, kind of statistically, the toughest deck is out of the way. He doesn't have to worry about that. He just has to think about his Swordcraft matchups, right? So Les is still in it, but JaZe had a fantastic series of decisions to make there in the previous game, earning him the lead 1-0.
Yeah, and Mana Surge making his stand here, putting their foot down and saying, we are not going to go quietly into the night. We are going to take this. They have the massive chance of getting a huge lead in the standings here.
Come on.
If JaZe is able to take this Lest, the Shadow deck could prove once again why it's so dominant in this current meta.
All right. No 1-drop here for JaZe. A handful of Prince Catacombs. But going on turn 2 means you're likely going to get denied your follower here.
A whole gaggle of Catacombs.
A whole gaggle. Is gaggle the term?
Yeah, that's what I'd say. That's what I just said. And no one else has coined up a term for a group of catacombs, have they? I mean, probably not. Maybe.
You're going to now just coin that phrase, a gaggle.
Gaggle.
Okay. Yeah. Somehow my heart disagrees.
Doesn't seem right somehow.
Doesn't seem right.
No. It's totally wrong. It's absolutely wrong. I just like it. I like it because it's wrong. That's the thing.
Zombie Party plus Skull Beast. This is a pretty good turn.
And the turn going over to JaZe. He does have the Jenna, which is great. It's going to be left with 2 health trading into the Skull Beast like that, which is really nice. And there's not really a solid foreplay from Les, which is a shame. You really want to be able to. He could. He's going to have to summon the Catacomb, evolve, and tack into the Jenna to really get the most out of this turn.
Dance, dear bones of
Prince
white.
Catacomb to evolve.
And on this turn, JaZe is going to be able to evolve an Albert.
The interesting thing here is we've seen so many times today where players are unwilling to trade into Jenna, and that 4 damage ended up becoming the winning token. For a Swordcraft player, in fact, I think it was against JaZe, where he's able to barely eke by because his Jenna was able to swing with 4 and then get himself past that Dragoncraft matchup.
Yeah.
Maybe in a very similar fashion here, Lest in clearing that Jenna has bought himself the opportunity to make something solid happen here for him in this matchup and try to tie it up.
My armor has been pierced.
He's got the Catacomb installed. It's going to mean that
he does have Ector in his hand. We've seen it a few times today where players don't draw in the Ector before turn 7, but he's got it. And if he could maintain this board, he's got Death's Breath next turn as well. And it's going to be real difficult for JaZe to get rid of that with no kind of AoE clear. He doesn't have Cyclone Blade, for example. But there is an enhanced Jenna available. He has 2 whole-souled swings. So we'll see how he chooses to use his play points this turn. Yeah, whole-souled swing would take out the Soul Squasher. And then the Angel of the Word would be able to take out the last skeleton as well. And you could spend your last evolve point trading into the skeleton that remains after the Angel of the Word. I don't know if that's what he wants to do, but he's going to summon the Jenna, give a Father with 4 attack on the board. It's gonna be
I
real
think he's
difficult.
at the health level, and it's not quite at the high play point count yet where you would really value taking it out. This Orthrus could be very high value here, just in terms of getting damage onto JaZe's face. But by the same token, okay, it looks like he's just going to go for board clear here. No, opts not to play the Orthrus at all.
Yeah, he's going to leave the warded zombie alive with 1 health. I really like that play. It's going to be difficult for JaZe to have to deal with this.
He pulls another Albert, and that's not really the card you want to see. Angel of the Word could be good here. And in the end, I mean, saving that evolve, I think, was a really good choice.
Yeah, saving that evolve for the turn 9 enhanced Albert. Absolutely very crucial, very important. We'll see if JaZe decides to use his last evolve point on the Angel, though. He's deciding whether or not to play the whole souled swing. He'll get the 9 on his side of the field. But either way, he's not going to be able to take off both of the zombies.
Could evolve the Knight, take down the 2/3.
I'll save you all.
And I think that was kind of the ideal play.
Yeah. And then for Les, this next turn, Ector is going to be able to summon at least 1 zombie, and then buff up the zombie that has ward as well.
There's a lot of good options here in the hand of
He's going to
Lest.
save the Ector. I like that. I like that. Nice.
Orthrus has arrived.
Buff of the Bone Chimera. And the Bone Chimera guarantees that he's going to have 2.
Welcome home, sir.
Luminous Mage is great
You
in
and
this
I
scenario.
met.
Definitely great.
My sword brings hope. It all ends here. Turn the power of hope to light.
Could soul conversion on the Chimera after it attacks, and then you'd have
Shadowcraft?
then you'd have 2 skeletons that will be able to get buffed up by Ector.
Shadowcraft is in kind of an interesting place right now, just because Les has good options in hand, but he's actually quickly running out of cards, and so Soul Conversion is going to be big here. He needs to draw something good. Soul Squatcher is fairly valuable, but I think he wants to save his shadows.
Right.
Going to spend them on the Ector, and that's going to give him a strong board.
Take up my shield.
But we're in that 9 play point territory here,
Apologies, sir.
where Albert kind of comes into full swing.
Don't
You
you
could
mean
put
whole
Albert
soul
down.
swing?
Prepare for battle.
Albert can attack twice, but
Yeah.
sorry about that. Sorry about I had to. I
He
couldn't
can
resist.
take down Ector here for free.
Yeah,
Well, for free, for 9.
9 play points, but not taking any damage,
Yeah.
which is absolutely massive. That's a 5 health follower that Les is going to have to chew through.
And he still has another Albert hiding in the deck somewhere, right?
Right.
So
That's right.
he could actually have some very strong back-to-back turns here.
Has arrived.
He's going to be able to get some face damage and the first face damage of this game.
Going very, very late.
Not something I say often in a sword shadow matchup, wouldn't you say?
The Grimner pops up here.
Oh my gosh. I
I'm
wouldn't have
sorry.
been that surprised.
I
But you
apologize.
called it.
I apologize for what I've done. I deeply regret my actions.
Why did you have to say it, man?
I will endeavor
man.
not to repeat the same mistakes.
Oh, geez. But, I mean, the Grimnir is just going to put the Goblin King in the hand of Lest as well. Definitely the optimal play, though, being able to clear off all those other followers. Wow.
And again, I talk about, look at what options Les has in hand. He's got a Bone Chimera and a Soul Squasher, right?
Yeah.
Goblin King is going to be great, and that's going to tide him over for just a little bit, but it's actually looking a little bit concerning.
Yeah,
For
Albert-
JaZe as well, but at least Albert in hand is like a very strong power pick, right?
Yeah,
Or-
definitely. Like, Albert can turn the Goblin King into mincemeat. I don't think JaZe is worried about that at all. But would you want to use your Albert not knowing when the next one is going to come up? I mean, you kind of have to get rid of that ward. Oh, Tsubaki. Oh, my gosh.
boy.
Wow.
This is looking from bad to worse now. Novice Trooper can even be dropped for a little bit of extra board control or face damage. He's going to go for face, and I think the aggressive option might pay off here just because he knows that, and the Skull Beast is a draw, because he knows Tsubaki can swing here, so he's got 6, and that's lethal on the next turn.
Oh, my gosh.
It's done. There it is.
There it is.
JaZe is going to be able to be the next winner for the NGE Shadowverse Open. Albert comes down.
He held on to that Albert to the last moment. He had to use his evolve points, but he knew that if he could get down, if he could get less down to a certain amount of health, Albert would be able to win him the game, and that's exactly what happened.
Tsubaki for the killing blow. She definitely gave Lest her Blade of Resentment.
Yep.
And JaZe will move on to be the second Mana Surge tournament winner here, joining Noah in the ranks of players who will be moving on to the